What's up, YouTube? I'm Mike, and today I'm back with another MENT update. This is really going to be like a cycle update in general. I don't even know where I'm at. It's pointless counting weeks anymore. Basically, I'm on a permablast. I'm somewhere around week 25, running about a gram and a half of androgens a day. And I've got compounds going in and out of the cycle because I am currently constantly in flux, basically tinkering with various different things and getting sick and having all kinds of shit going on. So currently where we're at for the androgens is 500 milligrams of Test-C per week, 200 milligrams of nandrolone decanoate, also known as DECA, 80 milligrams of Trenbolone E, 400 milligrams of Masteron E, and I'm taking 7 milligrams of MENT, also known as Trestolone, acetate per day. This is my first acetate ester, and it is ruining me, I'm afraid. I've had guys trying to get me on Tren Ace for years and years now. I've sworn off this compound. I never wanted to run acetate esters. And I don't know how Tren Ace works, but pinning MENT Ace every morning has really been fucking amazing. So I'm afraid that I'm going to end up ordering Tren Ace. Which, who knows? Who knows how that's going to go? The beginning of this cycle, as you may have noticed, I say cycle, the beginning of this MENT experiment, as you might have noticed, was a little bit rocky. Things were not going good in the marriage. I am happy to report that the marriage is back in full swing. My congestive heart failure that I pretend like I have is acting up again. I think I'm actually allergic to grass because every time I cut the lawn, this happens. Today we're actually celebrating, Sarah and I are actually celebrating our 9th wedding anniversary. So thank God we're not fighting, because I think we were fighting on the first like 7 anniversaries. It's like every year it was just toxic. We'd be having a massive fight. So the first few days where I was coming up on a new trend dose, and then I added the MENT along with already some hostilities in my marriage, I want you guys to know was a total mind fuck. If you were following the Discord during the first few days of our fight, you will have seen my wife making every effort known to man to try to calm me down. I can't remember if she said it on the Discord or in a text message or what, but at one point she said to me, like, I know you cannot even fucking see reality right now. And that happens to me a lot. It happened to her actually too, but on the come up of androgens, man, you can get so fucking, I don't even know, I mean, just so roided out. Like, it's a combination of God complex, aggression, energy, intensity, and there's so many things, and it really makes it fucking hard to maintain a relationship when you just feel like your shit absolutely doesn't stink. And so we had a rough time of it, but it's gotten better now. Coincidentally, it's gotten better as the Trenbolone seems to be stabilizing a little bit, and as I seem to be adjusting to the MENT. On the first couple of days that I injected the MENT, I was wired the fuck up within 30 minutes. On day 2, I think, I just shot out of, usually I'm in bed for forever. Like, I wake up in the morning, I have an energy drink, my wife and I laying there, I go through all my notifications, Instagram, YouTube shit. I could be in bed for 2 hours easily a day after I wake up, just fucking being useless. Just like, what procrastination for starting the day. When I started pinning the MENT, it was like a bolt of lightning. I said I've made a couple of videos that I didn't release because I was yammering. The MENT kind of feels like an upper. It's like the cleanest upper of all times. It's like caffeine without the jitters. It's like Adderall without the fucking tweaky, like cracked out, like massive fixation. It just feels like nice, pure, clean, upbeat energy that I can do something with. If I take like an Adderall, it makes me incredibly asocial or antisocial. Like, I don't want to leave the house. I don't want to even be like in the sunlight. It turns me into like a vampire. I want to go sit in the closet and just like furiously make notes about all my paranoid delusions. It's not good for my psyche at all. Mint, on the other hand, and I'm sure, you know, all of the androgens that are going on here have a factor in this, but the mint most obviously, you know, because I wake up and I'm not feeling it. And then I inject it, and then there's the come up, and I have this just sudden influx of energy, and it just feels nice and pure and clean, and it's very motivational. The other day, I shot out of bed. Admittedly, my wife and I did start arguing that day, but I jumped out of bed and just like, I like roid rage cleaned the bathroom. Like, I don't know if my wife will mention this in a video. I was like anger cleaning the bathroom. I like went into the bathroom, I grabbed everything that was in there out, shoved it all out into the, like we have, like when I say the bathroom, I mean like our privy. Like we have a water closet, if that makes sense. Like inside of our bigger bathroom, there's like a tiny little doored off room that just has the toilet in it. And my problem is that I'm a disgusting motherfucker. And so when I go in there at night, hopped up on sleeping pills and try to pee the 1 or 2 times in the night that I do, it's a fucking free-for-all, guys. Like, it's a total mess. And so, you know, like, it's disgusting. I admit, it's embarrassing to admit, but like, I'm like half fucking out of it. Sometimes I hit the water. Sometimes it's on the seat. And so, you know, there'll be a smell, and I just couldn't take it the other day. I jumped out of fucking bed, ripped everything out of the privy closet, got like bleach and cleaning chemicals, and got down on my hands and knees, scrubbed the fucking grout, took the entire toilet seat apart, scrubbed all the fucking cleanings and the fittings, and I did all, it was a mass cleaning of the fucking bathroom. You can eat off the floor in there right now. It's absolutely sanitized. This is totally atypical behavior. I've never done this on Tren. I've never done this on any other anabolic. It has just given me a tremendous amount of energy. The number of times that I will wake up, have an energy drink, go back to sleep, I can't even count on 100 people's hands. It happens all the fucking time. Yesterday was a massive test of the MENT energy, because, so what would be night before last, my wife and I were up till 7:30 in the morning, not fighting. We were up till 7:30 in the morning, like basically having our own therapy session together about all of the horrible things that I had said, some horrible shit that she did, just like all of the ways that we were not communicating, we were not seeing eye to eye, we were not valuing each other, we were not, you know, whatever, just all of the shit. We had like a heart-to-heart, almost like an MDA, it was almost like an MDMA experience, minus the MDMA. I think the MDMA that we have used in the past has taught us how to, like, what is necessary, like how to try to take a step back, disconnect from your own feelings and emotions, and genuinely try to hear what your partner has to say from a less defensive state. Obviously, the MDMA makes it way easier to not be defensive. So in the absence of drugs, you have to really do real work. But so we were up till 7:30 in the morning, and then this guy came to buy our quads. My wife has done a phenomenal job selling the quads, and the guy showed up unannounced. Somebody had me rolling in the comments section because I complained about this in some video. I guess I've already mentioned this, and the guy was like making fun of me because I was like, this guy shows up completely unannounced at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like fucking 12 o'clock in the afternoon is like 5:30, 6:30 in the morning to me. So we'd been up till 7:30 in the morning. This guy shows up out of the fucking blue. So we got to get up and handle this. Normally, I would have gone straight back to fucking bed. But I didn't. I stayed up all day long. Well, most of the day. I did take a little crash nap at like 9 o'clock in the evening, but I think that was actually GH induced. And so the MENT held its own, is what I'm trying to get to. I was operating on, what is that, 5 hours of sleep? And normally that would have been a no-go. There would have been zero. I would have been pounding energy drinks left and right. It probably still wouldn't have been sufficient, and I would have had to go take a nap. And the MENT held me all the way till later in the night when I had what I think was GH induced because I just crashed out. So the mint has held true then, and it is feeling substantially better today on a full night's sleep. Although admittedly, I think I still only slept like 7.5 hours last night. Sorry about that, I'm very dehydrated. I say that I'm dehydrated. I don't think I'm dehydrated. I just had 1,200 calories of pizza, and I think my mouth is feeling a little bit dry. Man, I feel out of control, honestly. My brain is on fire on this particular set of compounds. One thing that is amazing to share is what it's doing to my body is phenomenal. I'm gonna try to show you. This lighting is horrible. I should probably turn the lighting off because there's probably no chance you're gonna see my abs. But oh, look at that. See, in my viewfinder, my abs look peeled. When I get this actually out on camera, they won't. So the mint seems to be this combination of hormones that I'm on right now has put me back into the unicorn cycle. I am up to 210 pounds in the evening. So I am rapidly approaching that 214 that I got to when I got sick, except I'm leaner this time and my waist is substantially smaller this time than before. I don't know how this is happening. Somebody in the comments on one of my previous videos was like, dude, you need to lower your doses. You're bloated or something. I'm like, bloated where? Where? I've got lines still in my face. My face is nowhere near as moon-faced as it was before. My vascularity is still freakish. Again, this lighting is not great for seeing vascularity. In the gym just the other night, I was showing my wife, like, when I have a pump in the gym, I still have the look on my shoulders like a paper cut would have me bleeding out. So there's no water film anywhere externally on my upper body. But my pecs and my shoulders, my whole musculature is just swelling up. It is insane to look at. It's starting to honestly remind me, I'm not saying I look like him, but I'm saying the look, like if you look at some of pictures of Jay Cutler on stage when he was just super full and tight, my muscles are filling up like that. Not to say that I look like Cutler, but I feel my pecs are looking better than they've had in a very long time. And just the total aesthetic, being able to be at 210, easily as lean as I was at 200, definitively leaner than I was last time I was at 210. So again, from my height, 5 foot 10 inches, 210 pounds makes me officially obese again. So for the second time in life, I am officially obese with 6 peeled abs. Hopefully that came through in the camera. So I could not possibly be feeling better about my physique. I did get a workout in at the new gym the other day, and as much as I would love to be able to give you a real and true report on what my strength was like with the mint in my system, unfortunately, well, actually I should say fortunately my new gym is so much better than Planet Fitness. They have all plate loaded machines. And so basically, with the exception of wide grip pull downs on the cable machine, every machine that I did was different than what I would have used at a Planet Fitness. So I can't really, there's no way, you can't compare apples to apples when you didn't use the same machines. I felt very strong. I felt like I had a tremendous amount of endurance during the workout. And one of the things that I noticed the most is that I felt like my mind-muscle connection was substantially better. Like when I was in the gym, before I started taking the mint, even with the trend and all that shit in my system, like I could have like a particular lift, like I could go real heavy on bench or something, or I could get a savage pump and I could get real amped up on the trend and I'll be pacing around mean mugging everybody in the gym. The mint seems to provide a type of clarity that keeps me engaged in my workout. I have gotten to the point in workouts where I can unfortunately become that guy who all of a sudden has been sitting on a machine for 3 minutes on his phone. It's terrible. I hate to admit that I do it. But I have started doing that a little bit. I spend too much time on Discord when I'm in the gym. And so sometimes I'll be writing like a book-long response to somebody on the Discord while I'm in the middle of my workout. And I'll suddenly catch myself like, holy shit, dude, you've probably been sitting here for 3 minutes writing this message in between sets, which is catastrophic. You should never do that. It's a dickhead move to everybody in the gym, and it's just robbing me of progress. I should never have more than like 90 seconds max probably in between my sets. And so I've got to stay off Discord and keep my head in the fucking game. And with the MENT in my system, I have so much energy in the gym that I'm not like finding myself like getting bored in between sets and like going to get on social media. I'm just doing sets back to back to back. So I felt like I got a much better workout, and I was substantially more, I was feeling that lift the next day quite a bit more. Again, you know, it's new machines, so you shock the muscles in a different way. That, you know, again, you can't necessarily blame the MENT for that. I'm just trying to give you as many details as possible to help you to understand where I'm at. As far as estrogen and prolactin control goes, somebody else in the comments, actually it was because I made that video hating on Planet Fitness. I posted that on Instagram with the intention of, I'm basically just trying to sink Planet Fitness because they fucked with me and they made my daughter cry. And so anytime somebody fucking causes me pain, I just wanted to destroy their entire fucking business. And I hated the move they made with the trans situation to begin with. And so now I've twisted this into an excuse to get conservatives to boycott Planet Fitness and to get the leftists to boycott Planet Fitness. And I want to see Planet Fitness crash into a fucking pile of rubble just like Bud Light. So if you saw the thing that's the reason for what looks like a left-leaning post about Planet Fitness. It's absolutely not. It's me trying to stir shit up so that both camps hate this business and they go out of fucking business, which is where they belong. They belong out of fucking business. They're a bunch of cocksuckers. So, I lost my train of thought hating on Planet Fitness. What was I saying? Shit, cycle's going great. I'm up to 210. Oh, they were talking about my nipples. They were saying, bro, you have visible gyno. I don't know if it was in when I lifted my arm. I'll let you guys be the judge. I do have gyno. I have gyno that's pre-existing from the making of this video. It's pre-existing from this cycle. I got gyno that did not go away during my first. I did a Decablast and then a Trend Blast, and I didn't use Caber. I tried to use Ropenerol for one of my cycles, and I tried to use P5P or whatever it is, vitamin B6. That shit does not fucking work. And so I didn't want to have to fucking source Caber. And because I didn't do it the right way, I have permanent gyno. It was visible on my CT scan. So when somebody tells me that I have gyno, again, I don't think it's visible right now, but I don't know. Maybe it is. I know what normal looks like and what abnormal looks like. So there's always something there. So I have to dose my ancillaries based on whether or not it's getting worse than baseline or equivalent to baseline. I can't dose it on whether I have gyno or no gyno because I always have the glands are permanently swollen under there. So it's never a state of, oh, I have zero gyno. What it really for me is a state of, to what degree is it visible? When I'm full like this, and I have my ancillaries dialed in, the swelling subsides and softens enough that you generally cannot see it at all. There are ways that I can hold my arm where you might see like a little bit of puff right there. I don't know if you can catch it in this camera or not. There are certain angles and body movements that will show you that there is a lump behind the nipple. The vast majority of the time, it's not visible unless I'm really lean. So I am definitively staying right on top of all of my ancillaries. I went up on my Caber last night because I felt like my erection quality was a little dodgy. And when I say erection quality, I mean I was able to get fully hard, but I didn't feel like the ability to maintain full hardness throughout the act was sufficient. And so that's a sign of rising prolactin levels. So I upped my prolactin dose. As I mentioned in one of my other videos, when I started crying, imagining my daughter becoming Daenerys Stormborn, I knew immediately that my estrogen was fucked up. And so I raised my Arimidex dose. So currently I'm probably at 1.5 milligrams of cabergoline per week, and I'm now up to 4 to 4.5 milligrams of Arimidex. I think what I'm about to do, again, because Kowalser is the guy who got me into this, what I thought was going to be a mess out the gate, I was like, fuck. But it's actually going really well now. So that makes me even more willing to kind of follow his guidance in this regard. He has suggested that if I want to go above 7 to 10 milligrams of MENT, that I'm probably going to need to lower my total testosterone dose. So what I'm planning to do right now is I'm planning to stay right where I'm at 7 milligrams of MENT per day. The MK at 20 milligrams, give or take. I'm planning on leaving everything the same, and see if find out if my estrogen and prolactin is balanced. Okay, and so when I have homeostasis, hopefully I will continue to grow. So I'm expecting to continue to grow while I'm holding on these doses, because obviously they still haven't reached peak serum concentration. The trend is still rising. The MENT is probably still rising to some degree. So I want to see what I can get from these particular doses as far as total body composition, total weight gain, etc. Then when I feel like things are kind of stabilized, or if my estrogen continues to climb. So if at 7 milligrams of MENT per day, I continue to notice signs of increasing estrogen in my, increasing estrogenic problems, then what I'm going to start doing is lowering my testosterone C dose. So, and the reason for this is because if I lower my test C dose and I go too far and crash my estrogen, I've got MENT acetate to immediately bring it back up. And so my fear has always been that I don't like fucking around with doses, because if I crash my E2, it could be 3 days to a week before I get my shit back together. But according to Kowalser, I had said in one of my previous videos that the research that I had found was that 7-alpha-methyl-estradiol, which is what you get from MENT, is effectively 1-to-1 as powerful as the normal estradiol we get from testosterone. His research reflects that it's 40% more bioavailable, or that it's 40% more... I can't think of the word, attracted to the receptor. There's a term. So if that's the case, then the 7-alpha-methyl-estradiol is going to be stronger. So if I crash, see that there, now I just realized the error of my own ways. Because if I lower my test C dose and crash my E2, yeah, that's right. So if I lower my test C dose and it crashes my E2, all I have to do is pin a little bit more MENT, and the really potent estradiol, the 7-alpha-methyl-estradiol that comes with the MENT, should bring my E2 up much faster. So I don't have to worry about staying in this crashed state. So I can bring my test C dose down, bring my MENT dose up, and use those two to try to dial my E2 into a sweet spot where I don't have to take so much Arimidex, or at least any more Arimidex. So that is going to be the laboratory experiment that's going to be taking place over the course of the next probably month or more, is trying to bring down the test C dose, bring up the MENT dose, because the MENT seems to be giving me more things that I like than the test. So to Kowalser's point, and the point that a lot of other people make, is that test is the only reason you really have test in the mix is for the physiological functions of having testosterone and estrogen. But to have super physiological doses of testosterone doesn't really make sense from a bodybuilding context. I have always just felt better at 500 milligrams of test, say, compared to 200. But I'm willing to trial this to see if raising my MENT level and lowering my TEST level will give me either an equivalent or better feel and better performance and better aesthetic. And if it does, then fantastic. It's overall less oil, and it's easier, and it's rapid acting, so it's easier to control. I'm getting the daily injections that everybody's been talking about. So that's the experiment, to see how much mass I can build, how much lean mass, because right now I'm growing without losing my abs. So my weight continues to climb and my midsection continues to stay lean. I am in the fucking unicorn bulk that I have always been chasing. And despite what some people are saying, well, it's just water, bro. Well, muscle's 70% water. I mean, if there's water in my muscles, but I'm getting stronger, leaner, I'm not losing vascularity, my pulse is not going through the roof. I mean, I'm not sure where I see the complaint. Like, yeah, obviously my pecs are not super grainy, but you can still see pec separation. I mean, I still have separation in my pecs. I still have detail in my shoulders. So I don't really get where people are claiming that I look bloated or like a water balloon. I'm not, to my eye, I'm not seeing that. I'm open to being proven wrong, because admittedly, anytime that I fall in love with something, you know, I can blind myself to reality. I can convince myself, oh no, this really looks great, and maybe objectively it doesn't. But if you're one of these people who's telling me that I need to stop gaining weight because you like the way I look at 190, then please just shut the fuck up. Because I appreciate that you like the way I look at 190. I don't want to be 190. I am now going for fucking 220, 230, whatever the fuck I can get to. The sky is the fucking limit. As long as I can get to whatever weight I can get to and maintain this body composition is what I'm after. And so we're going to take this as high as it'll fucking go. My continued weight gain is doing a lot to poke holes in the idea that, you know, myostatin is somehow inhibiting my growth, or that, what's the other one? Androgen receptor saturation is a problem. You can't stay on cycle for a long time and continue to grow. You need to reset. I've been on blast for like 25 fucking weeks, and my body is continuing to morph every single day. So again, I just don't think there's any evidence to any of this bullshit at all. I will tell you before this video ends, I'm going to try to make another response video to a Mike Latent Israel video. That's my new name for him. Mike Latent Israel. I couldn't get through the whole video. I'm going to make a video busting the myth that you need 10 years of natty training before you use steroids. That is the stupidest fucking thing I have ever heard. And I'm going to give you the reasons why I think there is a conspiracy in the bodybuilding community to make sure that no one ever takes a bodybuilding stage ever again. So I've got that coming up. Please subscribe to my wife's channel. She's trying to crank out more content, grow her base as well. I feel like it's unfair in our marriage that I have the voice. I can get on here and talk about all of these things, and I've tried to encourage her to express herself and what she's going through and her take on things on her channel, even though it may cause us to have like a rap battle of response videos to one another. That shit would be entertaining, right? No downside there. Stay tuned to possible fan site content. Stay tuned for anything. The sky's the fucking limit right now. I have no idea what's going on. I have completely pulled all the shackles off myself. I'm not worried about what employers think. I'm not worried about what anybody thinks. I'm just living in the fucking moment right now and enjoying every fucking second of it. This is as good as I have felt psychologically in a very fucking long time, and I am just gonna fucking enjoy that mental state and the gains. So follow my wife at the wife Sarah with an H. Check out her YouTube channel. If you need testosterone replacement therapy, Royal Medical Center, use code MikeFit at checkout. They'll give you a 6-month discount. If you need coaching, hit me up on any of my socials. One-time consultations are $100 now. If you want to lock me in for an entire month, you get 4 consultations, 1 per week, at a total of $200 a month. So $100 for a single consultation, $200 for the month, which is a minimum of 4 consultations, and all the back and forth and everything you need. I'm about to run out of time, so subscribe, like, share, do all the things you know to do. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.